My name is Khadijah Okunnu-Lamidi. I'm running for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. I'm running on the platform of the SDP, the Social Democratic Party of Nigeria. The party represents social justice, it represents the voice of the youth, it represents the voice of the women, and it represents the voice of the hope and the future of Nigeria. I mentioned in a few interviews, we have a 5-point agenda. The first is industrialization. We plan to create industrialized spots in the country, whereby we can connect in terms of when we talk about connecting, if we're connecting our progress and our projects, rather than having silos of projects, we have to have industrialized spots where everybody is enjoined in the progress and the journey of industrialization in Nigeria. It means industrializing agriculture. It means the infrastructure that goes along with agriculture, the infrastructure that goes along with, which includes energy, as you know, and also it includes employment. This is employment for all, employment for many Nigerian youths that are experiencing a case of hopelessness right now. The second is education and innovation. The second point is education and innovation. We understand that we must merge education with technology and creativity for us to be able to go leapfrog years ahead of where we are now, where our children will be learning what children are learning across the world with no gaps. Then the third is women inclusion. As an advocate and as a woman myself, I must advocate for more women to come in, because I understand what we bring to the table. I understand our value and our value proposition for the nation. A nation that has 60% women can only include them if we're looking to move the country forward. The fourth is law and security. We put these two together because we understand without law there can be no order. So we have the judiciary, it needs to be reformed. The security infrastructure of the country needs to be rejigged, and we need to merge them so that they work hand in hand to secure our nation. Now, the fifth is governance and social welfare, which is the primary function of government. The primary function of government is not revenue generation, it's actually taking care of its citizens. And we have to do that in using different forms, whereby, as we know, I'm on the Social Democratic Party, where we have socialist views, whereby the welfare of the people come first. My candidacy is not a one-man candidacy, it's not a one-woman candidacy. We intend to ensure that we put the right people in the right jobs. We also have a plan to ensure that 50% of our workforce of our cabinet is the youth. 50% is women, 70% is youth, and then we have a balance whereby we have the experience and the knowledge of our of the elders in our society to help guide and show support where is required. But as you understand, credibility, competence, character are all the things that would require for us to be able to move from policy, like you mentioned, to implementation. The task ahead is to close that gap, to bridge that gap, and that is the gap that only the youth can bridge. The youth are 97% of the population, so we must be the ones to fill in those gaps and bridge the gap to make sure that we are implementing what is going to be beneficial to us and to the generations coming. First and foremost, the first task or the first solution will be to integrate more women into the security apparatus of the country. Women have the intelligence that we require right now. They have the intelligence of when radicalization happens. They have the intelligence of when movements of shipments of arsenal is moved around the country. They have this intelligence. However, because they are not, their voices are not heard, they're not able to add to our intelligence that we have on ground. That is one of the practical steps. The second step is to ensure that the military and the other security agencies are held accountable to what their job descriptions are. That means the generals, everybody, all the leadership across all security agencies must be rejigged, and we must sit down and we must have a solid, proper structure whereby the youth in these security agencies are also empowered. Well, this campaign is not my campaign. I'd like to correct that. This is our campaign. It's a campaign of the youth. It's a campaign. It's a voice of the people. For once, for another time, we're championing the voice of the people. When you speak about funding, yes, to fund a campaign is expensive, but we are a population of millions, over 100 million, and that alone is enough funding that we need. Everybody comes with their skill. Everybody can contribute something tangible, something as little as it is, to the campaign. And this is what we're doing. We're crowdfunding at the moment. People are coming with a 1,500 across the country, and we might not have access to the funds that other candidates, because we're not stealing. But we do know that every Nigerian can contribute and fund this campaign, and for us to stand toe-to-toe with any other candidate that does have, for lack of a better word, they claim they have a war chest. We are not fighting a war. We're running a campaign based on the needs and the hopes of Nigerians. So we do rely on the Nigerian people to fund our campaign, and they have been, and we thank them very much. Well, the SDP is a party that over the years has proven its resilience in a country that is riddled with corruption and is riddled with vote buying, riddled with position buying, actually. It's a party that has proven that you must not, it is not a party for sale. It is a party that would always stand on the side of the people. It will stand on the side of justice. It will stand on the side of truth. And this is where I stand. This is what I stand for. I would not have it any other way. And I'm here to contribute my quota to the party and to the development of the country, Nigeria. Thank you.